Good morning, friends. Welcome back. Today, I think I'm just gonna do like a daily vlog, not like a weekly. But first of all, if you are new around here, I do welcome you to my channel, and I hope you enjoy what you see and consider hitting the subscribe button to be a part of the family. I would love to have you. Today is my very first follow-up appointment with my general practitioner family doctor since I went into the hospital now almost 2 weeks ago. So I have that appointment this morning. Alice is going to be going with me because her school drop-off time is the same time as my appointment. Since she's just in preschool, it's not as big of a deal just to keep her home, so she's gonna go with me to that appointment. But I thought I'd bring you along with me, kind of show you what my days have been looking like since coming down. I don't want to say like since getting sick, but technically since getting sick. Woke up this morning, took Jackson to school. Alice and I are hanging out. I'm gonna edit some video. I am working on my breakfast. As some of you may know, prior to this, I was on the ketogenic diet for the past 3 months and was doing really well, feeling really great. What I didn't know is that underneath the surface, my body was turning into an ulcer landmine, basically. But the doctors did not seem concerned that keto was doing it. Keto, since I had been cutting out so many of the inflammatory foods, probably was helping slow things down, and it was just gonna happen no matter what. Now, we don't know if the ulcers are from my current autoimmune diagnosis, which is called Behcet's disease or Behcet's disorder. I'll link a video up top talking about that. It is rare, but I was diagnosed with that about 10 or 11 years ago now. It could also be that I've developed Crohn's disease, which my mother has and is genetic, or ulcerative colitis, which is the other inflammatory bowel disease along with Crohn's. So I did get blood work taken the other day. That was sent out, hoping that the blood work comes back showing which of those it would be or something different. I don't know. But I'm working on my breakfast. Not keto. Well, this is technically still keto, but I am just drinking some bone broth for the nutrients. I didn't make it homemade. I've got it in this cup with some salt and pepper just for flavor, because unfortunately this bone broth is low sodium, which to me means it has no flavor. So I do add salt to it because when I was on keto, I added salt to everything to help keep the electrolytes up. And then along with my broth, I'm eating some Ritz crackers, which thank God I bought those in bulk at Costco, because I've been going through basically a sleeve of crackers a day, which sounds disgusting. I know, it's like all cracker, but it helps my stomach and it keeps like, I don't know, it makes me feel better. And applesauce I typically eat, but I'm not having that yet. So I'm gonna sit down with my breakfast. My appointment is in about 2.5 hours, but I figured I would just start this so that way once I go there, whatever I figure out, I can share that with you right away, and then hopefully get this video up, because I know a lot of you have been asking what next, and this is what next. So this is just an appointment with my general doctor. I don't know what's gonna happen today. I know that the hospital sent my files over so that he has those to review. This doctor is not the doctor that diagnosed me with my autoimmune disorder. In fact, I have like no specialty team here in Kentucky, because when I was diagnosed, I lived in Michigan. And again, it was like 10 years ago. And I did at that time have a specialist team. I had rheumatologists and GI team and a dermatologist, which is actually who diagnosed me. Here, I don't have any of that. The reason for that being, I haven't needed it. So that's a good thing. So we've lived in Kentucky for 2.5 years, and I have not needed really any medical care for my autoimmune disorder other than an ophthalmologist, which I have a great ophthalmologist in the area, and whenever I get inflammation or uveitis in my eyes, I get into her immediately, and she gets me on my steroid regimen, and she works with me very quickly to keep my eyesight from getting worse, because it can be very dangerous. You can actually go blind. That's all I've really needed, so knock on wood, but not any longer. I'm gonna have a whole specialty team again by the sounds of it. So I'm not sure how the visit with my general practitioner is gonna go today. He does know that I have an autoimmune disorder. He wasn't real familiar with it when I started seeing him. I'm hoping that he takes my concerns seriously today. Part of the concern is my joint pain, and I can't take Motrin anymore because it can make the ulcers worse, and Motrin is how I somewhat control it. I have so much breakthrough pain that Motrin doesn't really do much. I am in a really bad flare-up right now with the Behcet's. I'm in a lot of pain, and I mean, when you walk into the doctor's office and you start talking about pain, I think it's one of those things that definitely sends up a red flag. So I'm just hoping that he takes me seriously and is able to give me something until I'm able to get into the rheumatologist, because the rheumatologist could take up to 6 months to get into, but they are who will address like my joint pain and like overall autoimmune. So I'm kind of in limbo. I'm hoping that he's able to do something for me today, but I thought I would just get you caught up. I'm gonna go sip on my broth and eat my crackers because things are exciting up in here. I've got to take a whole bunch of medicine. This pile got some probiotics and fish oil and prednisone and a B12 and a folate, and I think that's all I need to take so far this morning. Oh no, one of these digestive enzymes, which also has probiotics in it. This seems to help when I'm eating so that things don't just go right through me. So I'm gonna take one of those while I eat. But other than that, I will catch up with you again this afternoon after I get out of the doctor's office, and hopefully I have some news for you, because I don't see the GI team again for another almost 2 weeks, and that's where I should find out whether it's Crohn's or UC or what not. And then no idea when I get to see the rheumatologist, because they put the referral in, but they said the waiting list could be up to 6 months. So yes, let's hope for answers. I'll talk to you later. Okay, so I'm home from the doctor. I'm sitting in our home office slash guest bedroom slash third bedroom, whatever. Didn't really get very much progress at the doctor today. He is just the general doctor. I needed to see him after being released from the hospital just for a follow-up. He doesn't really have much familiarity with my autoimmune disorder to begin with, so I think he's just kind of like pushed me off to rheumatology, which is great if they can get me in. And so we just kind of did a follow-up. He gave me some Nexium for my stomach to see if that'll help with some of the discomfort and stuff. He was able to give me some more pain medication for the overall joint inflammation, basically just the symptoms from my autoimmune disorder. Being in such a high state of inflammation right now, everything hurts. So that's kind of what he did to cover his bases. He said he would try to get the referral to rheumatology pushed through quicker. Whether or not that's going to happen, I don't know. He kind of put a band-aid over it and sent me on my way. I will just continue to treat symptoms as they come. Hopefully rheumatology can get me in quickly, because that's the team of specialists or the doctor who will treat my autoimmune disorder as a unit rather than individualized symptoms. And then I do have the gastro team through the hospital that did my colonoscopy and saw me while I was at the hospital last week. So I will be following up with them as well. I wasn't even about to ask him what I should do for diet or what I should be eating or shouldn't be eating, because I honestly feel like he probably wouldn't have had a good answer for me. So I'll speak with the GI team about that next week when I see them, which means in the meantime, I'm still just going to be eating basically whatever's gentle on my stomach and my digestive system. Not quite going back to keto yet. I am still watching what I'm eating. I definitely don't want to go back into and slip into my old habits. And I know if I'm not careful, that could easily happen. Trying to be moderate on the carb intake, but it's the only thing that really sits in my stomach without causing more pain or bloating or gas or diarrhea. So I'm just following my body's cues. That's the update. I'm about to go get Jackson from school. We're probably gonna have a lazy evening. Will has been sick with a head cold now for head and chest, possibly a sinus infection. He's not wanting to go to the doctor. It's been over a week. He started getting sick like when I was in the hospital, so he's still not feeling well. I told him to go take a nap. Cross your fingers that I don't catch whatever it is he has, because with me being on prednisone right now, that lowers my immune system and means I'm more susceptible to getting sick, which is the last thing I need on top of everything else. Thanks again for all the continued support and prayers. Happy December, because oh my gosh, it's December already. Quick edit, because after I filmed that, I got a phone call from the rheumatologist, and they are getting me in on December 13th. So much quicker than I had anticipated. No 2, 3, 4, 6 month wait to get in. So hopefully this will move things along. I will have my GI appointment on the 12th, my rheumatology appointment on the 13th, and hopefully get onto some sort of care plan and regimen before the holidays, because we are going to be traveling for the holidays again, and I don't want to be sick while traveling. But that's the newest update. That is all I have. Until next time, I will see you later. Bye.